Hello, gamers. We're in the middle of a war. And the war is great. You could even call it a great war. It's so great. But there's also a Cold War. We're just not going to talk about that one until it becomes relevant. I mean, we are in the middle of invading the Silicoids. Hopefully we can carve up their territory before the Darloks get to it. I'm pretty sure the Gnolls had more than 2 systems last time I looked at them. I think they got taken by the Bulrathi. Humanity, no, they're not the Humanity anymore, they're controlled by the Sakras, but they managed to expand towards the Bulrathi. It would be nice if the Bulrathi would do something about the Darloks, but I mean, they would probably lose, but at the same time, the Darloks are already preoccupied fighting the Sakra, fighting and winning, and then also they've taken some Silicoid territory, so they're kind of fighting everyone. Well, not quite everyone. I think that currently they're at peace with the Bulrathi. And me, technically. Although, how long that's going to last, we'll see. First things first, let's get our colony management under control. I don't think this place needs to do housing anymore. Because we don't really have anywhere to ship these guys. It's done its job. Theoretically, I could start colonizing more planets so that I could continue exponentially growing my population. But that would get annoying. And it's probably not necessary at this point, so let's not worry about that. Instead, we're going to go biospheres first. Robotic factory. Thing is, it takes 10 turns to make up for its own cost. 200 production, and then it's 20 per turn. I guess it's better to do it now. Although, you know what? It's even better. Gravity generator to neutralize the heavy gravity penalty. And at that point, I'm more inclined to go straight for... Wait, do we have... We might already have a starbase. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll get a robotic factory, and then we'll get back to you when you're done with that. Everybody else... Building a Finch, that's great. Finch Mark III. Biosphere is finishing up here and here. Okay. In fact, we'll pay a little bit. Why not? Spies under production. In fact, we might even move these guys over to speed that up. We gotta keep a lot of spies. Because the Darloks are the main... You know what, it's possible that at times, when I said, one faction or another stole technology from me, it might have been the Darloks. Because if they do succeed high enough on their spy roll, it'll, misinform you on who stole the information. Although you can usually tell by just checking and seeing that, oh, it says the Sakra stole from me, but they don't actually have any spies deployed. Therefore, they didn't do that, and it was someone else. And that someone else is usually the Darloks. At the very least, they're not, huge in terms of economic bonuses, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Yeah, we'll speed that up. Speed that up. It's a bit counterintuitive to spend money on a stock exchange, all things considered, so let's not do that. Yeah, we can speed that up. How about the supercomputer? No. Yeah, okay. So I think that's good. Pass the turn. See what happens. Combat at Dirtball. They have another cruiser passing through. Well, we managed to steal a graviton beam. Cool. Happy Land. Stock exchange. Okay. This point, none of these are super important. Could just focus in on research for these guys. And stockpile. You also finished a stock exchange? Okay. Biospheres, I guess. That'll do. It's going to be one turn. Man, they're producing fast. Let's move you guys, because the pollution is pretty high. The thing is, it's so annoying because the warp inhibitors are expensive, but it's like, you only need one per system, and I have no way of checking from this menu if there's already one in the system. Well, we're not really doing any farming here, so most of these are not useful. Yeah, I guess we'll do biospheres and then stockpile. Finished biospheres, great. Fantastic. Let's get the research buildings and then a starbase. Okay, so we've got that one here. Where is this guy going? No, he's just sitting there. Interesting. He's just sitting there menacingly. We have 2 transports heading over there. This guy is just sitting there, naturally. Still building more troop transports here. In fact, let's keep doing that. Can we build more? Yeah, right now we're stockpiling, but we could take that stockpile and dump it into a bunch of transports. So we can start building more than one a turn. Same thing here. We now have the command points that we can afford a bunch of transports. If we can spam out a bunch of them, then we should be able to take these planets a lot easier. I am very concerned about the Darlok just kind of sitting here. They've definitely moved forward quite a bit. Even Fantasoup is somewhat threatened. Point that we might actually just want to build a warship here. Yeah, nothing to change. It's going to take 14 turns, but it's probably worth it. That pollution's a bit much. Do you guys have... Yeah, I think they do have the pollution control. Okay. The atmosphere renewer. Yeah, they already have that. Okay. Well, I mean, just get working on it. It's no rush or anything. Okay, here we go. Got a couple star bases. A large desert. That's going to be easy to take. Rich and ultra rich. Well, this one's ultra rich, so I think we're going to start by disabling this one. I mean, just in turn, I guess. Yeah. Don't even really want to bombard it, so we'll leave that. Nifty. Can now send those guys over there, or do we want to take here first? Rich Heavy G. Yeah, probably. And yeah, now we've got a bunch of transports ready, so we can send them over this way. And then once again, to keep production up to speed, we got to pay, at least on that one. These two, not as much. Well, this one. Okay, hold on, guys. Let's move you over here. You want 3 per turn. It does look like this cruiser left. Not sure where it went. And pass the turn. Let's destroy another starbase. Gotta clear the way for the land troops. Done. And done. Seven infantry is quite a lot, and there's lower infrastructure, so I'm more willing to bomb this one. Yeah, bring that down to 4. Not too much collateral damage, not bad. So we're on this one, okay. Again, it's not clear to me, Yadith Prime, if I should be building a warp interdictor. Ty Lopez. Yeah, this one's doing a lot of research. Do we just finish all the transports? Is that what it is? Get more. I'll stay at about 50-ish. Robotic factory is finished. Okay. More we'll get research then. Or maybe a starbase first for defense. Let's go with that. Finish the supercomputer. Nice. Let's get some money making and a starbase. Yadith. This one. Okay. Do you guys have an inhibitor? You do. Okay. So I don't want to build another one. That's always good to know. Like, this is the kind of thing where, like, in a newer game, maybe they would put, like, a little indicator next to the warp interdictor. That, to, like, if there's another one already built in the system, they might put, like, a little star next to it or something, so you don't have to double check. But, you know. It is what it is. Yeah, we're not doing trade goods. Actually, we might just stockpile. Make the decision later. Get more research. Yeah, you should not be farming. I mean, they're finishing these stockpile. Okay, so this one's 100 turns, never mind. I was going to say, this one's finishing way too fast. Looks like they've only got 52 stockpiled. It's just that they produce 35 without actually anybody working. Yeah, keep producing those. That's fine. Hake. We're not in any rush to finish that. No, that looks good. Okay. Yeah, we want to spend on that. Yeah, let's send them there. Actually, I think I should just send them directly there. There we go. Yeah, like that. Okay. Is there any inappropriate farming going on? No. Okay. That's good. Are you guys going to invade? What do you mean you're orbiting? So you arrived and you just didn't do anything? What's going on? No, that's not what I mean to do. Hold on. So yeah, that's a warship. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to keep those out there. This one... Oh, looks like that's a new colony that they made. I think we'll route to Oberon. Well, yeah, I mean, I could bomb them, but I'm not going to. Which I already stated. Man, we're doing well in the spy game now. Oh, boy, Fantasoup is getting attacked. Well, they were building a Finch. I wonder if we can hold that off. We might be able to. Why are you guys not attacking? Hello? Why are they just sitting there? Do they need, like, a combat ship to be able to land? That doesn't make sense. Why are they just sitting there instead of giving me the option to... Like, I'm not even getting the option. Pretty sure they should just be able to attack by themselves and that they don't need a warship to be able to invade, but... There wasn't a star... Now there's a starbase, but there wasn't last turn, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm blind. What are they doing? It looks like these are going to arrive one turn before everybody else, which is not ideal. Can I not order them? No? Okay. What is happening? Like, just set... Like, I can order my combat ships. Why can't I order... Yeah, I can order these guys. Why can I not order these guys? Everybody else is taking orders correctly. So why is it that this group isn't? Why can't I order them? Actually, what is happening right now? Is this a bug? I mean, hopefully there's no defenses here, otherwise they'll just die. And that would be a huge waste, but I would like to delay them instead of having them go in by themselves, but I can't order them for some reason. They're just not allowed to. Like, this group I can order, even though it's further, like, there is like a distance that they have to be, like a radius within, you're allowed to give orders close to your planets. But if this one is within the radius, then surely this one, which is right next to the planet, should be able to take orders. But it's just not. What is happening? Alright, well, you know what? End turn. If they die, they die. That's their own fault. Good soldiers follow orders, bad soldiers die. Simple as that. Couple of star bases, eh? Well, we've done that before. Get rid of them. Turn, block with the shield. Done. Easy. No ground forces, so no need to use them to bombard. And look at that, we got Federation. Increased research, increased morale. And now we can do mixed species colonies if we want to. Which I think is normally a default ability, but the mod made it so that you have to research Federation to get there. It's a default ability for democracy anyways. I wonder if it's worth getting HyperX capacitors. Maybe. So the top tier I want to get interface drive. So that makes hyperdrive not great. I mean, we could research better torpedoes, but they're not going to be useful because we already have antimatter, which are going to get miniaturized, and that by itself is going to be more useful. So that kind of leaves me with HyperX capacitors, I guess. And the game probably shouldn't go that long anyways, but we'll see. Yep. Oberon system, eh? Oh, they just colonized this one. They have nothing. Yet once again, it looks like, okay, it looks like transports can't land unless there's a proper warship with them. I don't think that's vanilla. I think that's part of the mod. Either that or a bug. Well, it's better than them having defenses there and just blowing up my transports, but a bit disappointing. Wait, what am I going to build here? Right. Okay, it's these guys. Ultra-rich, small planet. Medium desert, yeah. So if we change if we terraform this, it's actually quite good. It's only 250, and it'll go from the jump from desert to arid is a big jump in your population capacity, which is going to be nice for a planet that has ultra-rich resources. So we'll do that. Yeah, we don't need you guys farming. No, no, no. Yeah, it looks like they already have those structures. Okay. So yeah, we'll get the research ones then. Still can't buy it. Well, we should be able to buy it next turn, which is 1 turn before they arrive. So that should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, they're going down there. There's a bunch of troops just sitting around. Yeah, I have a lot of troops, but not a lot of, not really any warships right now, so I can't actually deploy them. Which is certainly odd. Okay, you guys have used up your stockpile, and your production output's not great. And we have a lot of transport, so I think we can stop with that. You know, maybe Astro University is worth it here. At the very least, we can slowly build it while we just do research anyways. You guys also have used up your stockpiles. That's fine. Start stockpiling, and then... Hold on. You're stockpiling. You guys have a decent amount of production, but I think we'll go back to stockpiling. I think we're good. I think you guys, rather than the Astro University here, we might want a Fred. Get yourself a Fred. Right, it doesn't have anything. Okay. Yeah, it's just the torpedoes. Which I think... Drop this instead of build a Fred. Then we can go back to stockpiling. Build me the Fred. Yeah, that's exactly enough to get it in 2 turns, which is great. So that we can actually just send the little destroyer around and help these transports out. Pass the turn. 1 battleship, starbase, blow it up. Done. Shields take it from the front, turn sideways for the missiles. Done. Not too much thinking involved. Now Phanta Soup should be able to afford to buy. It's expensive, but we can do it. Oh. You guys have a lot of stuff you haven't finished. Hold on, let's remove that stockpile. Yeah, I think we'll buy the rest of that and go over to research. Seems good to me. Yeah, they've got transports coming in. We have 1 billion transports sitting here, but we're just not allowed to do anything, I guess. Oh, did they take Clune back? Pretty sure I had this one, but I don't remember getting invaded. So you're telling me I took these, but I never took this one? That doesn't seem right. But I never got invaded, so how did... Maybe there was a rebellion and I just didn't notice? I'm very confused with this war, all of a sudden. Strange things are happening. Yeah, so they're about to arrive and start the invasions there. I'll send you there, because there's already a warship here. Yeah, because I was routing everyone over here. So I must have had this planet. Once again, I'm allowed to reorder some ships, but not others, for literally no reason. I do not get it. I cannot understand. Some ships are just allowed to be rerouted and some are not. If you know what's going on, please tell me in the comments, because I'm very confused by this. Alright. Antaran time. Oh, I guess the Antarans come after. Still just a battleship? Yep. Again, I was trying to tell them to leave, but I wasn't allowed to do that. So, not exactly my fault. Was it, game? Oh, now they have 10 infantry. Where did that come? Oh, right. I guess they sent a bunch of transports and landed them. And I wasn't allowed to stop them? Okay. That's fine. Yeah, you can see there's the new Finches with the cloaking. So they're all targeting down the one that's not cloaked because it's the most vulnerable. They can shoot the cloaked ones, they just have reduced accuracy and stuff. Not sure why it shot the point defense weapons. That doesn't seem right. Oh my god. Immobilized by the fighters immediately. Are the point of... Oh, they can't because they're forward firing. I might have ruined the firing arcs. Okay, why is it firing... I'm pretty sure the way that it used to work, I don't know if they changed this in the mod, but point defense weapons wouldn't automatically fire at the enemy. Or maybe maybe they do, and I'm just crazy. What is happening? Yeah, it's not going to hit those. Well, let's see if this just destroys my military or not. It might. Alright, that's one down. It's two down. Fighters are a huge bit of a problem. Just a wee bit of a problem. There's probably a mistake to try shooting, because it only fired the... Yeah, the torpedoes were on cooldown there. Yeah, not hitting anything, naturally. Fighters proving to be... Yeah, there's another one. Can't hit anything because I've never gotten any computers. Yeah, we're doing fine. We're doing great, actually. That is another one down. And that's another one of mine down. Oh yeah, they have lightning fields, of course. You forget the lightning fields. He's having a bad day. Yeah, he's gonna get hit by fighters, I know. Done. Hopefully, if we can take out all the destroyers, we should be able to minimize the damage that we take to a degree. Even if we still have to do... Even if the cruisers still win. Yeah, immobilized. Yeah, fire everything in that destroyer. Take that down. Okay. Yep, now it's just the starbase, which is almost dead anyways. Against the two marauders. Okay, so yeah, that was a complete waste of time because they destroyed it anyways. Which wouldn't be the end of the world, if not also for the fact that this war is going worse than I thought because of a bunch of random nonsense, like apparently you can't unload troops for some reason if there's no warships nearby, which I've never seen before. And also, you sometimes just can't order your ships for literally no reason. That certainly doesn't help. Yeah, now they've got a battleship here, and all my battleships are gone. That's great. They heroically died, accomplishing nothing, which is very cool. I don't know why the Interrans never attack these guys, but I mean, I'm probably doing better, that's why. But yeah, I'm a little bit salty, because that's like 4 or 5 things in a row that are all just kind of, not just bad, but like bad without reason. Bad in ways that I don't think make sense, or at least I didn't predict. Because if it's bad in a way that I could see coming, then that would be fine. But it's like, bad as in either some kind of change or a bug or something is not letting me do what I'm supposed to do, compounded by the game's actual mechanics like the Interrans. And that's left me in a very vulnerable state where I could get the Darlocks declaring war on me, and that would be a huge problem. Alright. Or like losing this planet, even though I don't know how that happened? Can we turn you guys around? Yes, we can. We're allowed to do that. Although, yeah, it's going to be 2 turns, so we probably don't want to turn these guys around. Alright, well, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to pump out Freds. Fred in the head, that's what I tell ya. Yeah, they're also attacking the Silicoids. Everybody's trying to carve up the Silicoids now. I got their capital, though, so I win. They do? How did they get there? I don't think are they that fast? Do they have stealth? I didn't see that. Let's get Fred in the head. Fuck it. Finish terraforming? Excellent. Spaceport Stock Exchange. Yeah, go for it. Alright, it's time to steamroll these guys. We're gonna get lots and lots of Fred. Fred is a friend. And while we're at it, we're gonna send these places back to Transport Hell, where you build nothing but transports, because we just lost a bunch. 1 building Freds, 2 building transports. That sounds about right. Not outpost. Transport. There we go. Move everyone over to production. Buy. That sounds right. Alright, game. If that's how you want to be, then this is how we're going to do it. See, that's the thing, is that... because the big difference between larger ships and smaller ships in this game is larger ships are more efficient in terms of command points, but smaller ships are more efficient in terms of production. So for a lot of the early game, I was building these battleships because I had time to prepare for war, but I didn't have a lot of command points. So it made sense to like spend that time. It takes a lot more time, but you can build these battleships that are then going to use your command points more efficiently. But now that I've got a lot more command points and I'm in the middle of a war, filling out those command points, the best way to do that would be to build smaller ships. Mostly destroyers. Because frigates are so small that you can build them in less than 1 turn, so you're kind of not really getting much value there compared to half building a destroyer and then buying the other half, so you can pump out 1 every turn. It's going to be a bit better. Yeah, I do also need to stop that. It looks like they're sending a battleship, but again, their technology is pretty far behind, so I can send a destroyer to stop them. What do we have? Battleship versus frigate. They built a starbase. That's a big fat case of who cares. So 2 there, 1 there. Done. Bye-bye. Turn sideways. Done. And goodbye. And we bomb them. Yeah, once again, they're taking back place on 3. Although, we do have a starbase, and I'm going to get the feeling that they can't really beat this. Well, they're about this. So far, they're kind of even. Although, if those... Depends on how good our missiles are. Okay, yeah, no. Once the missiles hit, they took a bunch of damage. So we'll probably be fine. Yeah, they thought the battleship could take it, but it can't. There we go, now we can invade. We are gonna win. Suck it. Oh, antimatter drive, great. So now we're not terribly slow. Better farming, cool. Oh, lines of communication have reopened. Great. I guess we'll start with the Marine Barracks and a star base. Hopefully we can hold this place. Finish building Spy. Well, you know what time it is. It's time for Spy. In fact, let's get a little report. They're not spying on us. They're not spying on us. They are with 52. These guys are eliminated. We're with these guys. So yeah, it's just the Darloks spying on us with 52. Oh wait, that's right, we're at the maximum, 63. Maximum defense, 63. And then we'll have 16 on offense. You know what? They've not successfully stolen anything in a while, surprisingly. I'm just going to keep building spies. I think we'll fit 44 and have 35. Adamantium armor, thorium fuel cells. Yeah, they've got their stuff kind of maxed out there. Gauss cannons, disruptor cannons. Yeah, they've got a lot. Titan construction. They are legitimately quite strong at this point. Which is a problem. Alright, then we go through all of these, and bye bye bye. Yeah, now all they have are that, which is nothing. These guys are just waiting for... These two are just waiting for troops to show up so we can capture those. Okay. Let's see, farming? Good, okay. But I might want to take one down. Gets us to... yeah, we can afford to do that. Okay. Combat. Starbase. They're going to rebuild their starbases. It is not going to work. Because if I scan... do they still have titanium? No, okay, they've upgraded to Zortrium armor, but it hasn't made a difference. When we started, they had titanium. So they've multiplied their HP by 4, and it still hasn't mattered. They are just too far behind. Stock exchange? Great. Marine barracks and stockpile, I guess. Oh no, this is ultra rich, so we probably want them to build stuff. Don't think we need any of these, so... I guess build some Freds. Get on the Fred train. Fred ya later. These guys, yeah, they're gonna get intercepted. Send that pile down. Yeah, I think at this point in the war, this makes the most sense. In fact, maybe from the beginning, I probably should have done it like this, and saved my battleships to deal with other factions, and just sent destroyers to these guys, because they're so much weaker. Although I don't think I had the technology to increase my command points at the start of the war, so maybe that wouldn't have made sense. We might even be able to take Orion if we just spam them in with enough destroyers. But I think we'll pass on that for now. We've got to be ready for war here, so let's start. We've got 2 battleships over at Eventide. Are both of them up to date? Yeah, they're 3s. Okay. Key is not even a difficult place to take, but once we pull that trigger, then there's going to be a war with a faction that is pretty tough. So for now, we're just going to pile up at the border while we take over here and try to consolidate. Yeah, it looks like they're kind of at war with. They're taking territory from the Silicoids and the Sakra and the Knoll. They even took their capital. Green is scary. One destroyer, 1 cruiser, 1 battleship. Tanuki is down there. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to muscle in and take these from me before I get them, which is not happening. They have a lot of fighters, but that won't matter if we just... What's with all these fighters, huh? I mean, that's not going to matter if we just kill them. Neutronium armor, I don't think that's going to be enough. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, the antimatter is going to... Ooh, not quite enough to one-shot all of them. They are struggling against our shields, though. Yeah, their weapons are not great. Part 2 at the battleship, 1 at the cruiser. I mean, getting bodied by the... Yeah, no, they're gone. Chrysalon. Yeah, okay, we've got 1 destroyer. They've only got transports. Yeah. They did not unload their transports, so we can just take the capital back from them. Fusion beam. Don't think that matters. Finish researching HyperX capacitors, and finally I think we're going to get interphase drive. I mean, you guys are the ones trying to take all this territory that I'm about to steal. Stealing me from me when I'm trying to steal from them? No way. Not a chance. Just reconquered Chrysalon? Great. Okay. Build our own starbase. Build our own spaceport and stock exchange. Unload troops there so that we can hold it. Yeah, 9. Great. 9 and a starbase will be nice. A fine addition to my collection. These guys are about to arrive and get bodied by a destroyer. How embarrassing. We'll go back to Oberon. Here, we're going to buy the Tai Lopez system carrying this campaign. Thank you, Tai Lopez. Very cool. What do they got here is a single transport and a bunch of transports. Yeah. We can start divvying up these transports. So I think we'll send 2 there and 2 there. I guess we're going to have a war with the Sakra, which is not what I intended, but they're the ones trying to... It's like, I need this to be able to... I need all this territory so I can compete with the Darloks. But the Sakura, who are already fighting the Darlocks, have decided that they want in as well. Now they're just kind of, like, the Sakura are at war with, like, the Silicoid, the Darlock, and now me. I mean, if I was the Sakura leader, I'd be worried about someone assassinating me for incompetence, because this is just embarrassing. This is stupid on their part. Oh wait, you know what? This is a brown dwarf that actually has good planets, isn't it? That's very rare. It's an actual brown dwarf with planets. Usually they just have nothing. Didn't even think about that until now. I gave it 11 turns. Well, I can't just make the Mark II now. If we look at Fred, because I did upgrade. Hold on. Researching that one technology. Yeah, it's miniaturized our antimatter torps. So we can get 3 with ECCM. Although that doesn't really help against like lightning fields, but it is still useful. I could get a stabilizer. Ooh, that's okay. Fred 2. No. This is a different beast entirely. Because now it's cloaked, so we can't just call it the Fred. Although, it might be good to split up the antimatter torps just so we have the option to kill smaller targets. It's a bit tedious, but the extra flexibility is probably worth it. Yeah. Alright. No computer. Yeah, it doesn't have any point defense, so we don't really need a computer. Okay. Yeah, cloaking device, reinforced hull. That's good. This is not the Fred. And you could call it a Warbird. Or Phantom. I mean, it's a bit cliche, but I mean, it is a cloaked. The Wraith? Call it a Wraith. Fred has been replaced by the Wraith. Sorry, Fred. F's in the chat for Fred. Or I should say F's in the comment section for Fred. This is so sad. Can we get F's for Fred? He has been replaced by the Wraith. Now with slightly better antimatter but torpedoes and also a cloaking device instead of an ECM jammer. Yes, we want to do that. Oh, that's the one that's got... Okay, so that's the one that's got the Wraith. This one, cancel the Fred. Now we get Wraiths here. There we go. Now, when we have the opportunity, it would be good to refit the Freds into Wraiths, but for now, we'll just have to keep going. Yeah, now we can finally invade. And they have no defenses. It's like they have literally no defenses, but you're not allowed to invade unless you also have, like, at least a frigate. You're gonna show up in my system, or next to my territory with one of these? I don't think so, pal. Set on my antimatter, and then I'm gonna run away to try and minimize the return fire. Yeah. Tanuki. Yeah, that's right, they're gonna try. They're mad now. Stay mad, you're cringe. Eat antimatter, kiddo. Yeah, get nuked. Yeah, and we'll just sit here. Literally just standing here. Standing here because I am standing. I think we do 1100 damage. How much do these have? They have titanium? No way. Wait. Hold on. So they deploy... Okay. So they must have deployed these ships back when they had titanium armor. But the thing is, they refit automatically just by sitting in port. If I remember correctly. Yeah, mine still have Zortrium, but if I... They should refit easily. No. You might actually have to refit them to upgrade their armor. I mean, Neutronium would be a 50% increase in durability, but so far that's not really been an issue, except against the Antarans. Yeah, we've only got a... Yeah, this thing's a bit outdated. No cloaking device. Class 3 instead of Class 5. We have a bunch of extra space because now we've miniaturized these. It's because, yeah, the Finch is a bit outdated. By our standards, this thing is an old model. It's a bit clunky. But by their standards, it is a god on the battlefield. Yeah. I don't know why they thought they stood a chance. Do they? Wait, do they have an antimatter torpedo? Oh, they do. Look at that. They fired an antimatter torpedo at me. I don't think it mattered. So they do have some weapons technology available. Wait, they managed to capture both of these, did they? Right under my feet. Did they? Did they now? Wow. Well, sir. Nice try, but, you're dead. We didn't one-shot their starbase. So they do have better defenses than the previous occupants. Still not good enough, though. Yeah, I think we're going to want a robotic factory. Looks like they already have an automated factory. After that, probably housing. Yeah, they've already got an automated factory. "17 turns, you say? Well, I don't really want to spend 800 credits on that. It's a bit much. I mean, if I wait a couple turns, it'll cost like 600, and that'll be fine. But maybe we go housing first. 220, so that's like 4 turns-ish. A little over 4 turns versus 20. Okay. Housing is pretty good. It's like 11 times the population growth. I think we'll go for that. Yeah, there's a bunch of transports there. This guy is going home. So we lost Fantasoup, we lost Dirtball. Pretty sure the Antarans... Oh, right, the Antarans went to Mechlon and took, like, the least valuable planet. That's right. We didn't lose the whole system. Let's send you over to Zur and see if we can't refit all of you into Wraiths. Although, by the time this research finishes, we'll be able to get Wraith Mark II, and that'll be nice. You could make a Finch Mark IV, but that seems tedious. Okay, so we've actually got a Wraith finished, so I think we'll shuffle you guys around a little bit. Got to modernize our military to deal with this incoming threat. Maybe get a starbase first. Maybe. Or, actually, I think at this point housing would be good. Now, Chrysalon does already have a starbase up. No, it's not. We're building one. Okay, so yeah, we want to keep this here. So rear guard. You know what? Maybe I should just send you over to Chrysa. 4 turns versus 4 turns. Yeah, we'll send you over to Eventide. It's fine. Gotta make sure we keep spending money to keep these on track. And end turn. What have we got? 2 transports. Okay. So, this one's ultra rich. This one's rich. This one's poor, but it's the largest. This one would be really... It's a large desert. Even though it's poor, if we terraform it to an arid, then that'll be really good. But I think we'll start with the ultra rich. Yeah, there we go. Do we have, yeah, now we have 2 transports, 1 battleship versus 2 battleships and 2 destroyers. Okay, so hopefully... This one does have a missile base, which could potentially do some damage. It depends on their missile technology. I'm not going to check. I'm just going to attack the one that doesn't have a missile base. Hopefully wipe out all of their fleet, which means that when we go to attack this one later, it'll just be the missile base. Okay. So, important. Now, these battleships have neutronium. Okay. So they're not quite pushovers. I could try running. That's a neat trick. Strictly speaking, they do have better armor than me. It's just that their weapons suck. Because there's nothing... No, that's the thing about missiles and torpedoes, is that you can kind of just run. I don't know why it's... No! I meant to hit scan. Fuck. That's not good. Because I was pointing at the battleship, and it wasn't showing me its health. Instead, it was showing an interceptor, so I wanted to scan it so I could actually see its health, because it wasn't showing it. And I fucked up. Whoopsie. Yeah, I'm gonna get hit by fighters, I know. I'm gonna turn around so we can use our fresh shield arcs. Like this. That's another one down. Yes, I know. Thank you. Turn the face this way so we can use our... Yep. Fresh shields. That's another one down. Didn't quite do it. Again, left on like a fraction of their HP. Turn to use our fresh shields. These fighters are doing damage to us, but I think we'll live. Done. Yeah, this is a case of fire 2 at this guy. That should do it, and then 1 at this guy should take care of him. Yeah. And hit done. Okay. So even though they technically have better like armor technology than us, I think our better shields and weapons are carrying us here pretty hard. Yeah, we can invade that. Mechlon, all colonies are unable to build and ships are unable to make... Oh, cool. I do love it when random events hurt my systems. That's great. War never changes. Well, we'll get the Ptolemy system in a second. We just need to send a few more soldiers down there. The Tanuki system we're going to capture. Well, strictly speaking, I think... Yeah, I might as well send it as a support. I don't think it's going to be an issue. It's 2 turns versus... Oh, it's 2 turns to both. Interesting. Send you down there. So we have now 3 Finch Mark IIIs, a bunch of Wraiths over here. Okay, this is going pretty well. We're over our capacity in terms of command points, so we might have to slow down our construction a bit, but we do have a massive economy to back it up, so it's not the end of the world if we go over. Whoever has the money controls the galaxy. Man, this operation is looking a little complicated now. Let's see. Okay. I do want to refit those. But which planet? You've been stockpiling for a while, so you can do this pretty easily. Refit the Fred to a Wraith. Refit the Fred to a Wraith, and then you can go back to stockpiling. See, this is why it's nice to have, like, automated buildings and then just stockpiling the production from them. Is that you decide, okay, I need to refit these buildings. Well, instead of taking, like, my main military base and using it, right, and using up its turns to try and refit a couple of ships, I could instead use the stockpile production to do that. Well, that, and, I mean, the main reason is because that way, when you finish researching a building, you can just build it instantly, instead of having to switch over to production. That's the main reason, but this is another nice reason. Okay. Oh, wow. Are you guys also... Yeah, you guys are also building finches. I think we're going to switch you guys over to research at this point, because we are hitting our command point limit, so we don't need every colony. Oh, you guys were still building Freds, huh? I didn't even notice. Well, stockpile time. Yeah, in fact, it looks like you finished the Fred. So let's go back here, change, refit, change this over to a Wraith. It should be pretty quick, yeah. They're not too different, strictly speaking, even though they are significantly better. We've got a lot going on. Yeah, let's attack the missile base. Yep. That didn't quite break through our frontal shield, so that's nice. Although it is going to take a bit because... Oh, that demolished our armor. That's not good. Yeah, even with the spinning trick, we might actually not be able to do this. Yeah, it looks like we're going to lose this, actually. Yeah, unfortunately, the missile bases are that strong. We could demolish their space military, but the missile base, nah. Well, there's no value there. Let's see. 2 transports. Starbase, gem deposits. I think we can take the starbase with the destroyer. Maybe. Oh, they've upgraded to antimantium. Wow, they have really upgraded quite a lot, huh? But their only special is a battle scanner, so the durability is actually not amazing. Because they started with like titanium, but now their starbases have adamantium, which is the highest. They went from the lowest to the highest. That's crazy. Yeah, and then we start running away. The further we get, the lower accuracy their beams have, and the longer it takes their missiles to reach us. Although it also means the longer it takes our torpedoes to reach them, but I don't think that's really the main... It's not really the main concern. We can almost outrun those missiles. Yeah, they didn't do that much damage even when they did hit, though. That's nice. Yeah, we'll just sit in the corner. I think when that third one hits, that's probably going to do it. Done. But we'll keep firing from all the way out here. Yeah, that does it. Okay. I was right. We could, in fact, destroy their starbase. And we lost the invasion. 8 versus 4. Great. Well, that's going to be a nice place to control, but for now we'll have to wait for more reinforcements. Well, for you guys, maybe it's time for a Finch Mark IV. I don't know why it deleted the whole name. I was just going to change the number. Okay. Yeah, Class 5 shield, cloaking device, ECM. We are running into some trouble with missiles and fighters. Do have the ECM jammer already, but it's probably going to be... Probably doesn't help that those are... Forward extended will make them a lot better at actually hitting them. Yeah, but our electronic computer being as low as it is... Well, the thing is, usually accuracy doesn't matter as much because they're right on top of you anyways. And with the accuracy from PD bonus, it's still functional even with the lowest level computers. That being said... What do I do here? Probably want to start with more antimatter torpedoes. Because killing the enemy is kind of the most important part, usually. Yeah, forward extend, it's good enough. Now, on the other hand, I could remove these. And get a lot of phasers and see how that works. Because we're not really having any problems killing the enemy. It's mostly a survivability issue. So we have the same torpedoes as before, but now just a lot more phasers. I guess. It'll be more impressive when we get the next upgrade, though. Okay. And I think that's where we're going to call it here. Yeah, this has been a lot messier than I would have liked, but we are taking their territory. Right, all of this area is turning blue, even though we do have a lot more competition than I would have liked. The Darlocks are still pretty scary. Our enemies are definitely ramping up in technology, but for the time being we have enough of an advantage in terms of weapons that we can still steamroll these guys. And against Sakra, it's a bit more inconsistent, because some of theirs are really behind on technology, and some of theirs are really ahead. I think even their most advanced stuff, we can beat it as long as we bring our A game, and we don't attack missile bases with an outdated battleship. The Darlocks are even further ahead, though, so they're going to be kind of scary. The Knolls somehow still exist. At the very least, I think with the Darlocks, probably don't want to actually attack their... There's a couple of options. One is to take all of these areas that are isolated. The other option is to just ignore these, because they're probably not as economically viable, and instead attack their main stuff and try to rush them down before they can really respond. Hopefully while their main forces are busy on a campaign somewhere else. And then they'll just be left with this pocket of like less viable stuff, so that whatever counterattack they try to mount would be less effective. Those are kind of like the different options. Both of those are probably going to have to wait until after we finish this war here and maybe make peace with the Sakra. Maybe make peace with the Sakra. I don't really want to attack them. I would rather just finish up down here and then make peace with them and then focus on the Darlocks. But we'll see. The AI does not necessarily have to cooperate with my plans. Well, in any case, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time, Space Lobster.